Okay, this is it, people. Get ready, cause Norman Bates is back again. But we're gonna see what happened from the very start. Here's a review of Psycho 4 The Beginning right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to y'all as the Big D. This time around, I bring to you a review of the 1990s made-for-television slasher flick, Psycho 4, The Beginning. Directed by Mick Garris, starring Anthony Perkins, along with Henry Thomas, Olivia Hussey, and CCH Pounder. It serves as both a third sequel and prequel to Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, focusing on the early life of Norman Bates. It includes both events after Psycho 3, while focusing on flashbacks of events that took place prior to the original film. This would also be Perkins' final performance in the series before his death a couple of years later. The film, which was originally shown on Showtime, premiered in November of 1990, so I'm doing its anniversary a little early. Anyway, now, and also on Showtime when it premiered, it was part of a Psycho retrospective hosted by Janet Lee, who of course played Marion Crane in the original. Anyway, now then. Now, we start out by seeing a once again rehabilitated Norman Bates. He's now married to a psychiatrist named Connie and is expecting a child. Norman secretly fears that the child will inherit his mental illness, so he sets out to find a definitive closure. One day on the radio, he hears talk show host Fran Ambrose at CCH Pounder discussing the topic of matricide with her guest Dr. Richmond, Norman's former psychologist. Norman calls the show using the alias Ed to tell his story. So, Norman's narrative is seen as a series of flashbacks set in the 1940s and 1950s, some slightly out of order. When Norman is 6 years old, his father dies, leaving him in the care of his mother, Norma. Over the years, Norma, who is implied to suffer from schizophrenia and borderline personality disorder, dominates her son, teaching him that sex is sinful, dressing him in girls' clothes and lipstick as punishment for getting an erection during potentially incestuous foreplay that Norma initiated in the first place. She also takes her frustration out on Norman when business at the hotel fails due to the new interstate routing potential customers away from their location. The two live in contented isolation as the large house. At the large house, I'm sorry, I say as my mistake. As if there is no one else in the world until in 1949, she becomes enraged to a brutish man named Chet Randolph. Rudolph. Oops, yeah. Yeah, because that was the name. That's someone else's name. I won't explain. It's Chet Rudolph. My mistake again. Oh, I'm sorry. Just bear with me. Driven over the edge with jealousy and Chet's abuse, which Norma encourages, Norman kills both of them by serving them poisoned iced tea. Now, I am going to tell you that the young Norman Bates, played by Henry Thomas, of course, most of y'all know him as Elliot of E.T. fame. That's a pretty good job. Now, on the character. Even though I'm sure everybody liked Freddie Highmore playing Norman in the Bates Motel series that A&E showed, and same thing goes for Vera Farmiga, who played Norma Bates. Of course, in the movie, she's played by Olivia Hussey. Now, apparently, he manages to really kill off lots of people and what have you. Even one, well, I think it's the 4th of July, but I may be wrong. It's been a long time since I last saw the movie, though. Anyway, after he poisons his mother and Chet, he then steals and preserves his mother's corpse. Develops a split personality in which he becomes his mother to suppress the guilt of murdering her. Whenever the personality takes over and drives him to dress in his mother's clothes, put on a wig, and talk to himself in her voice. As mother, he murders 2 local women who tried to seduce him during their stay at his newly opened motel. So, after these and other killings, Norman appears to have no recollection of committing the murders himself and believes Mother is alone responsible. Now I'm going to go ahead and get to the last bit and ending to this movie, so you got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to avoid any spoilers. Okay? Enough said. Here we go. I got ahead of myself, but okay, you've been warned. Now, after all that, in the present day, Dr. Richmond realizes Ed is Norman and tries to convince Ambrose to trace the cause. Richmond's worries are dismissed. Norman fears he will go insane and kill again. He tells Fran that Connie got pregnant against his wishes and that he does not want to create another monster. He then tells Fran he realizes that his mother is dead, but he fears that his mother may repossess him and kill Connie with my own hands, just like the first time. Norman takes his wife to his mother's house and does attempt to kill her, but Connie reminds Norman that it was his own choice to go insane and do the things he did. Also expressing that she never murdered anyone, and reassures Norman that their child will not be a monster with their guidance. He realizes the truth to having freedom of choice, and he drops the knife he has. Connie forgives him, and finally Norman impulsively sets fire to the house where all his unhappiness began. As he tries to escape the flames, he hallucinates that he sees his victims, his mother, and eventually himself preserving her corpse. Norman barely flees the burning house alive. And that would be the last time we would see the Bates house. So, he and Connie leave the next day. Norman happily proclaims, "I'm free," indicating that his mother will never again haunt his mind and drive him insane. Then the wooden doors of the house cellar close on the rocking chair that continues to rock, at which point Mother screams, even breaking down crying for Norman to release her before the screen cuts to black and the sound of a baby crying is heard. That's the end. Well, I can tell you that while Aspire kind of removes what we got to see in Psycho 2, which that was a slight downside, unfortunately, the film got mixed reviews when it was first broadcast. Well, I must say it's not too bad of a movie and what have you. Not the best Psycho, though, but however, I'd rather watch this over the crappy remake, or heck, even the mega crap Bates Motel movie that came out like 3 years before this, which was to be in for a series, but however, that was. And I never saw it, and I doubt I will. But anyway, yeah. So, would I recommend Psycho for the beginning? Well, if you're a big continuer of the series, go ahead, give it a try. And if you're not satisfied, I can't say I didn't try. I did like Anthony Perkins since this was his final performance. Henry Thomas and Olivia Hussey weren't too bad, and CCH Pounder was good. Anyway, and also Graham Revell did the score for this pretty good composer. And Bernard Herrmann's original score from the original movie, of course, was used as well. So the story is kind of kind of more maybe just a mixed bag of hit or miss, But that's just my opinion. I need to rewatch this someday. But anyway, that's going to do it. What did you think of Psycho for the beginning? Please feel free to tell me in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And I'll have another review coming up, but for a different type of genre. But this weekend, get ready, because I'm going to celebrate 40 years of prom night, as I'll be re-reviewing the first prom night this Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. Okay? Good. Now you completely understand. Thanks for watching. Now, if you like this, you can check out some of these other movies and what have you that are considered to be, I don't know. Well, anyway, in the upper left-hand corner, you can check out my review of the Orphan, which CCH Pounder's in, which I reviewed earlier this year. Or if you want to bet a better fourth slasher, you can check out my review of the first Nightmare on Elm Street flick I saw, which was The Dream Master. And if you want more Psycho, go to the bottom left-hand corner for my recent review of Psycho 3, which I'm pretty sure is already getting some good response. Of course, if you already saw, the other two are mentioned in the cards. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and until next time on the Big D saying, see ya.